The Great Plague of London, how disease ravaged the city in 1665. Welcome to our historical journey as we explore one of the darkest chapters in the history of London. In the year 1665, the city was struck by a catastrophic event that would leave an indelible mark on its history, the Great Plague of London. In this video, we will delve into the devastating effects of this disease and the subsequent events that unfolded as London battled to survive. In the 17th century, London was a bustling metropolis, teeming with people, trade and activity. Its crowded streets and tightly packed houses created an environment ripe for the spread of disease. Little did the citizens of London know that a deadly force was about to descend upon their city. The Great Plague of London was part of a larger pandemic known as the Second Pandemic, which originated in Asia and spread to Europe through trade routes. This outbreak was caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, which was transmitted by fleas living on black rats. It was these infected rats that unknowingly brought the plague into the heart of London. The first signs of the plague appeared in the spring of 1665. Reports of isolated cases started to emerge, but the true scale of the catastrophe was not yet known. As summer arrived, the disease spread rapidly, turning London into a city gripped by fear and despair. The symptoms of the plague were horrifying and swift. Victims experienced fever, delirium, and excruciatingly painful swellings called buboes in their armpits, groin, and neck. Death often followed within days. The sheer number of infected individuals overwhelmed the city's medical services, leaving many to suffer and die without any form of treatment. To combat the outbreak, authorities appointed a group of individuals known as plague doctors. These doctors wore beaked masks filled with aromatic herbs, such as lavender and cloves, to protect themselves from the miasma or foul air, which they believed caused the disease. While their intentions were noble, their understanding of the plague was limited, and their efforts had little effect in curbing its spread. As the number of deaths skyrocketed, London faced a logistical nightmare in dealing with the corpses. Mass graves were dug to accommodate the staggering death toll. In certain areas, burial pits were so full that corpses were simply piled on top of each other. The air was thick with the stench of death, further fueling the terror gripping the city. Faced with the horrors of the plague, many Londoners chose to flee the city in search of safety. The wealthy, who could afford to do so, abandoned their homes and relocated to the countryside, hoping to escape the disease. Those who could, including most doctors, lawyers and merchants, fled the city. Charles II and his courtiers left in July for Hampton Court and then Oxford. Parliament was postponed and had to sit in October at Oxford, the increase of the plague being so dreadful. Court cases were also moved from Westminster to Oxford. The streets that were once bustling with life now stood deserted, a haunting testament to the devastation wrought by the plague. The Lord Mayor and aldermen remained to enforce the King's orders to try and stop the spread of the disease. The poorest people remained in London with the rats and those people who had the plague. Watchmen locked and kept guard over infected houses. Parish officials provided food. Searchers looked for dead bodies and took them at night to plague pits for burial. During the outbreak of the Great Plague of London in 1665, the authorities took drastic measures to contain the spread of the disease. One of these measures was the cessation of trade with London and other plague-affected towns. This decision had a profound impact on the economy and livelihoods of countless individuals. Trade was a vital component of the London economy in the 17th century. The city was a hub of commerce, attracting merchants and traders from both within and outside England. However, with the outbreak of the plague, the fear of contagion led neighbouring towns, cities and even countries to sever trade ties with London. The Council of Scotland, for instance, declared the closure of the border with England, prohibiting any fairs or trade with their southern neighbours. The halt in trade had far-reaching consequences. Countless individuals lost their jobs and sources of income as a result. From the servants who worked in households to the shoemakers, bakers, and craftsmen who relied on trade for their livelihoods, many found themselves without work. Even those who were indirectly connected to trade, such as dock workers and River Thames labourers, were severely affected. The closure of trade routes meant a significant reduction in goods flowing in and out of the city, leading to a decline in economic activity and the subsequent loss of jobs. The impact of the trade halt rippled through the social fabric of London. Families that depended on trade for their sustenance faced economic hardships and struggled to meet their basic needs. The closure of markets and fairs meant a lack of access to essential supplies, exacerbating the difficulties faced by the population. With the loss of income, many individuals and families found themselves unable to pay for food, housing, and other necessities. The economic downturn caused by the cessation of trade further intensified the suffering already inflicted by the plague itself. The combination of a deadly disease and a crippled economy created a climate of despair and desperation in the city. The plight of those who lost their jobs and livelihoods due to the trade stoppage added to the already overwhelming challenges faced by the citizens during this dark period. The resumption of trade and the rebuilding of London after the Great Fire of 1666 played a crucial role in revitalizing the city's economy and restoring hope for its residents. However, the memory of the trade halt during the Great Plague serves as a stark reminder of the profound impact that measures taken during times of crisis can have on individuals and communities, and the importance of finding a delicate balance between protecting public health and ensuring the economic well-being of the population. Just as London thought it couldn't endure any more suffering, disaster struck once again. In September 1666, a fire broke out in a bakery on Pudding Lane, and what would become known as the Great Fire of London consumed the city. While devastating, the fire inadvertently played a crucial role in bringing an end to the Great Plague. As the flames engulfed the city, they destroyed the rats and fleas that carried the disease, effectively halting its spread. Although the fire caused immense destruction, it cleared the way for London's rebirth and marked the beginning of a new chapter in its history. The aftermath of the Great Fire presented an opportunity for London to rebuild itself from the ashes. The city was redesigned with wider streets, improved sanitation, and stricter regulations. These changes aimed to prevent future outbreaks of disease and create a safer, healthier environment for its residents. The Great Plague of London left an indelible mark on the collective memory of the city. Accounts and diaries of the time provide a haunting glimpse into the personal experiences of those who lived through the epidemic. One of the most famous records is that of Samuel Pepys, whose diary chronicled the horrors and struggles faced by the citizens during this time of crisis. Today, the City of London stands as a testament to resilience and transformation. It has evolved from the plague-stricken city of the 17th century into a vibrant and thriving metropolis. However, the echoes of the Great Plague can still be felt as we navigate its streets and delve into its history. The impact of the plague serves as a constant reminder of the challenges that London, like any city, has faced and overcome throughout its existence. The scars left by the Great Plague are visible in the historical sites, monuments and stories that are woven into the fabric of the city. Walking through areas that were once ravaged by the disease, such as the East End or the burial grounds, offers a poignant reminder of the suffering endured by the people of London. The remnants of ancient churches and plague pits stand as solemn reminders of the past, silently bearing witness to the hardships faced during that era. Yet, London's ability to rise from the ashes and rebuild itself demonstrates the resilience and strength of its inhabitants. Throughout its history, London has weathered numerous challenges, including fires, wars, and epidemics. The city's ability to adapt, innovate, and overcome adversity has played a crucial role in its transformation into a global hub of culture, commerce, and progress. London's continuous growth and development serve as a testament to the indomitable spirit of its people. Today it is a centre of art, finance, technology and diversity, attracting millions of visitors from around the world. The lessons learned from the Great Plague and other challenges faced throughout its history have shaped the city into what it is today, an emblem of resilience, strength and unwavering determination. The Great Plague of London stands as a testament to the devastating power of disease and the human capacity to endure in the face of unimaginable hardships. It is a reminder that even in our modern world, we must remain vigilant and prepared to face the challenges that arise. Let the story of the Great Plague of London serve as a lesson from history, urging us to prioritise the health and well-being of our communities.